You feel it, don't you? Something is wrong with love. It's everywhere. Songs, movies, stories. But the more we talk, the further it slips away. Modern love is like a shadow. You can see it, but you can't catch it. Once love was a simple choice. Now it's a marketing strategy. We no longer choose a heart, but an image. Here's the hidden truth. We don't seek love. We seek proof that we're still worthy of it. Every swipe left, a microdose of rejection. Every like, a drop of dopamine. We're addicted to the cycle, like lab rats pressing buttons for pleasure. Our minds are reprogrammed. We fear silence. We fear being unwanted. We pretend confidence, indifference, control. We say we need no one, but check our phones every minute. That's why modern love feels impossible. Not because people are worse, but because we're too aware, too afraid to lose. We live in an era of endless options, and it destroys attachment, the paradox of choice. When you can have everything, you stop valuing anything. Love is no longer a decision, it's an investment, and everyone's afraid to be the first to give. Hidden trap. We want to be loved, but we don't want to depend. We crave closeness, but fear losing control. Relationships become a constant trade between feeling and protection. The dark side of modern attraction. We confuse attention with affection. We try to heal loneliness with recognition. When the attention fades, the emptiness returns. Have you noticed? No one asks, "Do you love me?" anymore. They ask, "Are you still online?" Modern love is built on fear. Fear of missing someone better. Fear of being replaced. Fear of being ordinary. Fear of being replaced. All of this makes us emotionally paralyzed. We don't live our feelings anymore. We analyze them.
We've become smarter, but not happier. We've learned to read signals, but forgot how to feel. We know how to build relationships right, but we choose not to build them at all. Because love is chaos. And we live in a culture of control. Algorithms, filters, plans. Love doesn't fit into that. The mind wants stability, but the heart wants risk. Logic versus emotion, safety versus passion. Every time we choose safety, a part of us dies of boredom. Love is impossible without fear, without risk, without chaos. You can't truly love if you're not ready to lose. We protect ourselves from pain and kill the possibility of happiness. Modern love didn't die from betrayal. It died from caution. We no longer fall in love. We select. We don't miss. We distract ourselves. We don't suffer anymore. We just move on and call it maturity. Maturity isn't about not feeling. It's about feeling without breaking. To love, knowing you can lose. To trust, knowing the risk. Here lies the true power, to allow yourself to be alive, even if it hurts. Because love isn't logic, it's resistance to logic. And as long as we try to understand love instead of feeling it, it will seem impossible. But here's the secret. Love never disappeared. We just forgot how to see it. It hides in the small things. the moments, the silence between words. If you stop searching for the formula, love will find you. You feel it, don't you? That quiet mourning beneath every connection. The echo that whispers, something's missing. Not in them, not in you, but in the space between. Love used to be a mirror, now it's a maze. We walk its corridors searching for reflection, but find only distortion. We've turned affection into transaction. I'll care for you if you validate me. And when the validation fades, so does the illusion. We call it growth. We call it boundaries. But sometimes it's just fear wearing sophistication. We decorate our avoidance with words like healing and self-love. But healing without risk becomes isolation, and self-love without humility becomes narcissism. There's a strange irony in our evolution. We became hyper-aware of manipulation, so we started manipulating first. We learned every trick of detachment, and now we can't attach at all. We chase vibes, energies, alignment, anything but the terrifying truth that love is rarely convenient. Real love is not a comfort. It's a mirror held too close. It exposes every fracture, every wound you tried to hide. That's why we run from it. Not because it's rare, but because it's real, and real things demand surrender. We scroll through faces like gods browsing creation, but forget that gods were always lonely. Infinite choice, zero connection. It's not freedom, it's paralysis. Because to choose means to lose, and we don't know how to lose anymore. We crave depth but swim in shallow water. We talk about energy but can't sit in silence. We demand transparency but hide behind irony. We want the fire but not the burn, so we invent situationships, modern purgatories where nothing dies, yet nothing truly lives. Do you feel it now? That subtle decay behind every digital smile? We've aestheticized loneliness, turned it into poetry, playlists, and profile captions. But deep down, there's still a child staring out the window, waiting for someone to knock and mean it. Love hasn't vanished. It's just wearing a mask we can't see through anymore. It's in the eyes of the one who looks away too fast, in the half-written message never sent, in the way we talk about timing as if destiny had bad Wi-Fi. We build rules to protect ourselves, but every rule is a small coffin. We bury spontaneity, vulnerability, madness, all in the name of stability. But stability without passion is a quiet death. And we are dying beautifully. There's a moment, late at night, when the phone finally stops glowing and you catch your reflection in the black glass. You realize it's not others you miss. It's the version of yourself that could still believe. You used to believe that love could save. Now you just hope it doesn't destroy. But maybe destruction was always the point. Maybe love was never meant to make us whole, but to remind us of what's missing. Because to love is to confront your own incompleteness, to admit, I am not enough alone. And in a culture obsessed with independence, that admission feels like failure. So we choose pride over connection and call it strength. But strength without softness is just armor. And armor makes you untouchable, even to the ones you want to hold. We've mistaken numbness for maturity, control for wisdom, and silence for peace. Yet beneath all that, the hunger still lives, a primal, trembling need to be seen, not through filters, not through status, but seen in our imperfection, loved not for the masks we design, but for the chaos we hide. Love, at its core, was never safe. It was a beautiful kind of madness, a surrender that felt like death and resurrection at once. But now we fear the very thing that could save us. We choose comfort over aliveness and wonder why everything feels hollow. Maybe that's the final paradox. We're not too broken to love. We're too protected, too rational, too rehearsed. Our hearts have become editors, cutting every raw emotion until it fits the format. But love doesn't fit. It ruins plans. It breaks logic. It's the last rebellion left in a world addicted to control. So maybe the next time you feel that spark, don't analyze it. Don't label it. Don't measure it. Let it terrify you. Let it burn. Because if it doesn't scare you, it's not love. And if it does, you might finally be alive. And when it's all over, when the noise fades, when the screens go dark, you'll sit in that silence you've been running from, and it will speak.
Not with words, but with absence, the kind of quiet that presses against the ribs and asks, was it worth it? You'll realize that love was never supposed to make sense. It was supposed to make you human, to tear, to bruise, to rebuild, until you remembered what it means to feel. Maybe that's the cruel beauty of it all. Love is both the wound and the cure. And the ones who fear the pain never get to taste the medicine. Not with words, but with absence. The kind of quiet that presses against the ribs and asks, so when you feel that familiar ache again, don't run. Don't hide behind logic. Just whisper, I'm still here. Because as long as you can ache, you can still love. And as long as you can love, you are still alive.